Hola clase. So today we're going to be working with the two verbs ser and estar. So to review, ser means to be, and we have the conjugations listed here. So we have yo soy, tú eres, él, ella, usted es, nosotros somos, vosotros sois, and ellos, ellas, ustedes son. Remember, ser is an irregular verb, so we need to just memorize those conjugations. Now, what about when to use ser? It means to be, but we only use it in certain situations. That's where this acronym comes in. So I like to use the acronym DOCTORE to remember when to use ser. The first situation when I need ser is descriptions. Then I've got occupation. This could also be affiliations. Characteristics. Now that's more personality based versus description is something you can see. Time and date. So if I'm stating either of those things, I need ser. Origin, to talk about where something's from. Relationships. And lastly, events. If these scenarios pop up and I need to say a version of to be, so am, is, or are, I need to use ser. So here's some examples, one per each situation that we have for the uses. So description, something we can see. Ella es alta. She is tall. That would be a description. Occupation. Yo soy profesora. I'm a teacher. If you're a student, that would count as an occupation as well. Characteristics. La clase es difícil. The class is difficult. You'd have to actually try the class to know that. To state the time, son las dos, it's 2 o'clock. Or, es el 3 de enero, is the 3rd of January. So stating the time or date requires ser. For origin, or where something's from, eres de Puerto Rico, you're from Puerto Rico. Remember, de means from. Relationships, es mi amigo, or you could talk about blood relationships like es mi hermano. Now this events one. Usually you would use a star to talk about locations, but if it's an event, you need ser. So one easy way to tell is if you could replace to be with to take place or to be held, then you know you need ser. So an example would be, el concierto es en el centro. The concert is downtown. Because the concert's an event, you would need to use ser for that. Again, so here are our uses, and remember that we need to use ser and these conjugations for when these situations pop up. Okay, so that's ser. Now let's move on to estar, which also means to be. So we've got our conjugations listed here, remembering that the second and third person conjugations require these accent marks, so be cautious when you write this verb. Those are especially important because if you forget the accents, the words will mean something else. Now our uses for estar, we have this acronym place. P stands for position, so like the computer is on top of my desk. Location, action, condition, and lastly emotion. And once again, let's see an example in Spanish for each. So for position, la casa está cerca de la escuela. Now for location, a little more vague. La escuela está en el centro, so the school is downtown. For action, that's talking about what's happening right this moment. So we use the present progressive. Yo estoy hablando, which always uses a star. I am talking right this moment. And estoy escribiendo. I am writing. I'm emphasizing it's happening right now by using this construction with a star. Then we've got condition. This can be a physical thing, so estoy cansado, I'm tired. Then we've got emotion. Estoy contento, I'm content or happy. All of these situations use a star. Keep in mind with condition that it's not just people, but objects, like a door could be open or closed. That's a condition of the door. That would use a star as well. So we have these scenarios that all use a star. Another way to remember when to use a star is this catchy little saying that if you say it more quickly, it might stick in your head, so that way you remember when to use a star versus there. So the whole saying, once it gets put together here, is for how you feel or where you are, always use the verb as star. And when you say it like that, it's pretty catchy and it might help you remember when to use these verbs, which is the point of this lesson. So here we go. We've got a star, place, and we've got our conjugations right up above. So just a little recaps of ser versus a star. The first step is, remember, you need to memorize the conjugations. They're both technically irregular verbs, so you need to make sure that you know how these are spelt, where the accent marks go, all that stuff that we have to keep in mind for irregular verbs. So step 1, memorize the conjugations. After that, that's when you can start to get into the specific uses, when to use one of these verbs over the other. Keep in mind that ser is typically used to express things that don't change quite as easily, whereas a star is used for things that are more flexible and easier to change. So for ser, we've got that doctore, and then we've got place for a star. Knowing which situation is happening will allow you to decide, oh, is this in place or is this in doctore? And then you'll know, oh, I need ser or I need a star. Gracias y buena suerte.